What's going on, guys? Victor here with another brand new video, and I gotta talk about another great fight that's gonna be happening, but this time in the welterweight division. I'm talking about Tim Means, 32-12 and 1-0 contest versus Kevin Holland, 22-7 1-0 contest. Both these men all together with all their fights combined, 75 fights. Now that's a lot of fight experience between both these men. That's a lot of ring time between both these men as well, which is what's going to make this fight so exciting. And this fight is taking place in Austin, Texas, June 18th. Currently, Texas is a state where Kevin Holland lives, so there's going to be a lot of Kevin Holland fans in there, a lot of support for Kevin Holland as well. And Tim Means is just over just over the following state in New Mexico, which means there's also going to be a lot of Tim Means fans in there as well supporting him. Both these guys are fan favorites. Tim Means has been in the UFC for a very, very long time now. Kevin Holland got into the UFC a couple years ago, straight off of Dana White's Contender Series, where he won his fight via unanimous decision, but he wasn't offered a contract because of how much he was talking. He was yapping. That's something that Dana White doesn't like. He likes more action and less talking, but that's just not who Kevin Holland is at the end of the day. But that didn't stop Dana White from bringing Kevin Holland in on short notice against Thiago Santos when Thiago Santos was the most dangerous in his career. During the point where Thiago Santos was about to fight for a title, he eventually did get that title shot as well against John Jones, and it was a very good fight, by the way. Then Kevin Holland took the fight on short notice, and he didn't get finished. He took it to Thiago Santos and absolutely took Thiago Santos to the limit, even though he lost the fight. But he's still in the UFC till this day for a reason, because he's a fan pleaser, he's a crowd favorite, and he's a fighter's fighter. He will fight you any place, any time, anywhere. He's already faced the who's who in the middleweight division. He ended up fighting Marvin Vettori. He fought Jacare Souza. He also fought Derek Brunson. Like I said, he's fought the best in the middleweight division. Finished off a couple of those guys as well. And now he's moved down to the welterweight division, where he already has one win under his belt, and that was against Cowboy Oliveira a couple months ago, and he was able to get that finish. And now he's going to be fighting Tim Means, who's a seasoned veteran in the UFC, also in the welterweight division, and it's going to be a great fight, even though Tim Means has a lot more experience than Kevin Holland, and with experience comes a lot of knowledge, and with a lot of knowledge comes a lot of power, and with a lot of experience and power in the UFC, in the sport of mixed martial arts, it's a very dangerous thing for Kevin Holland to be up against. But if there's one thing about Kevin Holland, is that he's always game no matter what. And if there's one thing about Kevin Holland that we all know about, his wrestling really isn't that good. But it's getting better, though. His wrestling is getting a whole lot better. He's been training over in Gilroy, California with the former two-time champion and about to be Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier. He's been getting a lot of pointers over there. And not just in Daniel Cormier's wrestling gym in Gilroy, California, but also in San Jose, where he's getting a lot of training in with AKA, just to be able to get the whole wrestling aspect leveled up with the rest of his striking and his jiu-jitsu. Kevin Holland knows a lot of jiu-jitsu, and he knows a lot about striking. His striking is pretty unorthodox, but at the same time, it does get through, and he is able to knock out guys as well. I remember when he faced Fluffy Hernandez, he got him out of there as fast as possible just by TKOing him in the first round, and Fluffy Hernandez was trying to go for that knockout, but Colin kept on. He was defending the takedown, and he also got a good amount of elbows in there as well, so which caused the knockout of Fluffy Hernandez, who's been doing pretty well in the UFC so far. So, like I said, Kevin Holland's faced a lot of opponents in the UFC so far in his career with the promotion, and he's also fought in other places as well. He used to fight in Bellator, so Kevin Holland has been in the top of the MMA world for a while now, facing the top of the top when it comes to opponents, when it comes to talent. And Tim Means has also done the same thing as well. And if I'm Tim Means going into this fight, I'm obviously going to want to pressure Kevin Holland and make Kevin Holland think that you're going to want to take him down and go in for those fake takedown attempts. And when you have him tricked, that's when you try to go in for a combo and try to take him out with some heavy shots. But there's one thing about Tim Means, is that he's got a very solid chin. He's not easy to take out at all. And Kevin Holland isn't easy to knock out either, even though he did get rocked in his fight against Kyle Dawkins a couple months ago where the fight ended up ending in a no contest because of an accidental headbutt that which caused the knockdown of Kevin Holland, which eventually led to that submission, but that fight was ruled a no contest as a result. So that wasn't a loss in Kevin Holland's career, but that's something that Tim Means can look back on when he's looking at film and be able to dissect what went wrong for Kevin Holland and be able to take advantage of that at the same time. So obviously you want to fake the takedowns of your Tim Means, and you want to basically pressure Kevin Holland against the fence. That way you can be able to use the fence for those takedown attempts. Go in for a double leg, be able to clasp both the hands together. You lift him and you dump him and get on top of him. Either try to finish it by submission or via ground and pound, or try to hold him off there for the rest of the fight, the same way that Marvin Vettori did, the same thing that Derek Brunson did against Kevin Holland. There is a way to defeat Kevin Holland. It's definitely by grappling and also by wrestling at the same time. But depending on how much experience wrestling wise that Kevin Holland's been able to gain over the last couple months, over the last year or so, it may not be easy as it seems. If I'm Kevin Holland, obviously you want to make sure that you're sprawling at all times, that you're moving, that you're cutting your angles, going to the left, going to the right. That way you're making it harder for Tim Means to try to get a takedown. And if I'm Kevin Holland, I'm going to try to fluster Tim Means as much as possible because Tim Means, he's a good guy. He really is a good guy. You barely ever see him flustered. You barely see him mad. But Kevin Holland's the type of individual with his mouth to get people mad, to get them thinking about other things. And Kevin Holland's definitely going to need to do that against Tim Means because Tim Means is a heavy hitter and he has the power to knock him out, which means that Kevin Holland's definitely going to have to utilize the distance. And by utilizing the distance, I'm not talking about just keeping physical space, but use the front kicks to the midsection to keep him away. Definitely chop Tim Means to the leg because Kevin Holland is a tall and lanky individual. His leg kicks are pretty effective. Try to keep the distance with the leg kicks, with the calf kicks, and being able to capitalize on your opportunities. Obviously, if you're chopping the legs and chopping the legs and chopping the legs, going at it again and again and again, you're eventually going to hurt Tim Means, and he's going to have to switch stance. He's going to have to use his non-dominant foot as his lead foot, which means that Kevin Holland has basically won that portion of the fight. And if I'm Tim Means, I'm definitely going to have to block the calf kicks and every single type of head kick or body kick or calf kick that Kevin Holland is going to throw at my way. Because like I said, he's the taller fighter, he's the lankier fighter. And if the fight does go to the ground, then Tim Means is going to have to make sure that he's not on the bottom because Kevin Holland has some very good BJJ skills and he has been known to submit guys in the past, and so is Tim Means as well. He's a well-rounded mixed martial artist, but I do have to give the BJJ aspect to Kevin Holland on the ground. And like I said, this fight is going to be a good one, and the possibility of there being a finish is pretty high. Both these guys like to get finishes. Both these guys like to get dirty in the clinch. They like to make the fight extremely difficult for their opponents and make it as easy as possible for them in order to find their course to victory, their path to victory overall. So like I said, Tim Means definitely, when I talked about the calf kicks for Kevin Holland, then Tim Means also has to utilize that as well, because if he throws a calf kick, the Kevin Holland's going to hurt a lot more because Kevin Holland's a skinnier guy. Obviously his legs aren't really thick, so he doesn't really have that much muscle mass protecting his calf muscles and his soleus as well. So obviously Tim Means, if he throws the leg kicks in there, especially the calf kicks and also some quad kicks as well, they're going to hurt a lot more for Kevin Holland. It's going to hurt a lot more for him because he is the beefier fighter going in there as well. So just a couple of things to have in mind for both those fighters, especially trying to get as many opportunities and as many advantages for one or both of them as possible to win the fight. Because like I said, Kevin Holland's new to the division. Tim Means has been there for a very long time, so this is going to be a very interesting fight. I don't see this fight going the full 3 rounds, and I'm just going to give my prediction. I think that Tim Means is going to go in there, and I think he's going to get it done. I don't think he's going to get it done by a finish, but if he does get it done, I believe it's going to be by decision. And it's going to be a close one. I say it's going to be by split decision. I don't think it's going to be a unanimous decision because both these fighters have a lot of skills. Both these fighters been in the octagon or the cage whatever size or shape it may be for a good while now, and both of them have a lot of experience between one another. So this is going to be a great fight. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, Tim Means split decision. I don't think it's going to be a unanimous one because it's going to be a very close fight. What do you guys think? Put in the comment section who you guys think is going to win this fight, and by what means, by what result. Is it going to be a submission? Is it going to be a unanimous decision, split decision? Is it going to be a knockout or submission? Are we going to see a technical decision? I have no idea, but it's going to be a great fight. I hope you guys enjoy it. Stay blessed, stay safe, and I appreciate you guys for watching the videos and everything like that. I really do. Later.